1 teaspoon. And like a BB moment, which is like a beautiful black moment. Did we get any of those in this episode?
Black.
We have a chaotic vibe moment of the
chaotic vibe moment. And you're watching Black Bi Reality.
Black Bi Baddies.
And those who love us.
Hello, you are watching and are listening to the Black Bi Reality podcast, a podcast for Black Bi Baddies, those who love us. I'm your host, Nicole Weaver, entertainment reporter, and Big Brother 27 is practically here. I have some cast interviews given to me by CBS talking about their pregame, how they prepared, and let's just do a loosey-goosey reaction to what everyone has to say and first impressions before they get into this Big Brother house, shall we? First, we have Adrian. So let's see what Adrian has to say.
Hi, my name is Adrian. I'm 23. I'm from San Antonio, Texas, and I'm a carpenter. I don't think words can describe how excited I am to be here in the Big Brother house. Honestly, because in my head, I am the greatest Big Brother player this world has yet to see. I'm ready to prove it, okay? I freaking slept on the floor. I did every single possible. I've trained for comps. I slept on the floor. I made my own slop. I've been training. I've been reading so many psychology books. I've trained to beat this game in all three aspects: the social, the strategic, and the physical. I'm here to play the game and win Big Brother. I'm here to win the money for my family, but also to become the greatest of all time. Like that's my personal thing. Like I don't think I've ever seen anyone analyze the game like I have, and I'm just excited to see myself after I win play Big Brother, because I think that's the best part for me. I get to watch back and see greatness, you know?
Okay, so Adrian's talking a big game. I love that he's a carpenter. He seemed like, all right, he slept on the floor, which I guess is good to be a have-not. And he is ready to be the greatest. I think I sense a little nervousness. That's what talking up yourself can be. But we'll see. I think it's understandable to be nervous, but I'm just picking up on it.
Socially, strategically, and physically, there's no one that can outbeat the king. I live and breathe Big Brother. I won't tell them I make my own slop. I won't tell them I slept on the floor to train for the have-not room. I won't tell them I built my own balance beam comps, my own wall comp, like the most iconic comp in Big Brother, the wall comp. Yeah, I built that. I have that in my backyard. I do it every Wednesday. It's called Wall Comp Wednesdays, you know? Dude, oh my Lord. There is nobody.
Building your own wall comp's something serious. It's giving Hunter from Survivor, and he did really well, but because he was so good at everything, he got out. I think it's very interesting also that he's very confident about his performance and the physical competitions. He does seem like a smaller guy, so I think he might have a little bit of a harder time with that against the more muscular ones, but being fast, agile, and already practicing that wall comp, he's off to a good start.
More, I don't even like saying super fan. I'm like the biggest. I am the best fan. I am the like super genius. I don't even know what I freaking said. Like I'm like a social assassin, a freaking like strategic mastermind here. Yes, I'm a super fan of Big Brother. There is no one more qualified to play this game than me, bro. I studied the physical, I studied the social, I studied the freaking strategical. Man, there is no one that could there's no one that could beat me in comps. There's no one that can out-socialize me. And there's no one that can out-strategize me. And if you don't believe it, just watch. You'll see it in time. How would I crush my enemies? It depends because, like I said, like the way I break it down is in three stages: early, mid, and end. And in in the early stages, you want to get rid of people. The earliest from the first 16 to the final 11 or six, or final 11 or final 11 or 9, and you want to get those people that like you can't find similarities with, you don't have a bond with, right? People that you just can't see working long term, or like you can't use, right? Mid game, you want to take out the comp beast. You want to take them out at jury, but right before final 6, because final 6 every person could play the veto, right? So you could guarantee your safety all the way to the end if you could get out all the comp beast, all the people you can't beat before final 6. If and plus in the mid game, if you get the comp beast out in jury, this is so underestimated. Comp beasts tend to favor a good game, right? So when you have the jury full of comp beasts that you taken out yourself, and you strategically explain to them how you strategically kick them out of the house, I mean, they're gonna respect your game more than someone that may be bitter or not. I mean, it just depends who you are, but I mean, most likely I'll do it with a smile so that you love me at the end, you know? Honestly, the reason why I love Big
What an interesting perspective. The fact that comp beasts are somehow less bitter. Let's be honest. I feel like that's pretty gendered because the comp beasts are usually going to be men. And that's almost saying like men are never emotional and they're so logical. And that is not true. Men can be bitter jurors. So, and especially if you aren't a comp beast yourself, they're going to want to go for a fellow comp beast. And maybe that thinking of I'll get the other ones out, therefore I could become one to earn their respect, that could be something. But yeah, that's a very interesting position for Adrian to take.
Brother, and I think why the fans love coming in is because the drama, the strategic play. Yeah, honestly, we sometimes in Big Brother we have pretty faces, but to be fair, you could get that anywhere. This is not The Bachelor, this isn't Love Island, this isn't other TV shows, okay? This is Big Brother. This is backstabbing, this is lying, this is strategic manipulation, this is social influencing. You gotta not only have to figure your way out through this social landscape, but you have to also survive for your survival. You have to vote other people out. You have to sometimes betray your own friend, maybe even your own alliance to get to the end. You know, so I think what makes Big Brother is the social dynamic. Like I said, finding your way through the social landscape, competing through the physical comps, you know, being strategic with who you get rid of, who you keep by your side, knowing that they could be a wolf in sheep's clothing. You know, I think that alone separates Big Brother from any other show, is that it combines the physical, the strategical, and the social. Like, what other game's gonna have that? You know, my strategy coming to the BB house.
He's absolutely sounding like a super fan being anti showmance and all game. First of all, Adrian, you're cute. If you can get into a showmance this season, please do. It's part of the game. It is what it is. And I actually wonder if super fans are going to rebel against Adrian just because the minute they feel like you feel like you're one of them, they want to push against you. But I'm all for Adrian. He's so funny.
The early game. The early game is all about social, building those connections, being social with everybody. Because the second stage is strategic. At the end is physical. I mean, I want to win the first HOH to start establishing alliances, to make alliances, create alliances, final choose from a position of power. But it depends, because if I could get away with it, I would strategically throw the first HOH if I feel safe with the final two people standing there, because if I'm willing to be the third person out, as long as I trust the final two that are still hanging on, or still competing for the HOH. But if not, if it's somebody that I don't think I could get along with, I'm gonna have to gun for the HOH. Dude, why wouldn't I?
I so curious. Who do you think you won't get along with? Like, this is the kind of things in the pre-game interviews that I want to know because he hasn't ruled anyone else out. And then even from that answer, you can see him wavering of, do I want to be the first HOH? Do I not? And there are perks and cons to almost everything. We've seen recently that the first HOH needs to be cool, calm, collected because if we have a chaotic first week, everyone's going to remember that and want you out week 2. So, yeah, I think you just have to be very self-aware of who you are with power. But right now, I'm going to take a big break from Adrian and move on to another house guest. All right, babes, our second house guest is Amy.
Bingham. I'm an insurance agent from Stockton, California. I want to compete on Big Brother because I feel I can win. I know I can win. I feel like it's a game of strategy and connections, and I'm good at building connections with people. I'm hoping to play the game and by having women's backs. Like I really, 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 I want us women to stick together and really get those boys out. I really do. I think that that would be such, it hasn't ever been done successfully. And I feel like it needs to be done. 27 seasons, let's go. Come on, girls. Let's get it together and play together. We are so powerful together. Let's do this and get the boys out. Big Brother.
Is the Women Alliance not cursed if you never actually say Women's Alliance? I don't know. I see you, Amy. I see what you're doing. And I'm kind of liking it. Her look is gorgeous. I hope we get great lipstick outfit looks the whole season. But we also really need a comp beast. And we'll have to see what the other women are bringing to see if they're going to bring what they need in order to get the men out.
Such a success because people like to watch what people do. Are they going to backstab their best friend? What are they going to do to get that money? Who are they going to have to lie to get someone out? I am ready to play. I'm so excited. Whoever I need to blindside, I'm ready to do it. I'm going to win Big Brother because I'm going to make smart moves. I'm going to have a girls' alliance. Hopefully we get good girls in the house that are able to do a girls' alliance. And people are going to love me. My strengths, I can read people. I can read what they say. I can read especially what they don't say. So my social game is going to be my biggest strength in the house. My son said my biggest weakness is telling the wrong person the wrong thing. So I might trust the wrong person. I have to be careful of that. If I let my guard down and I like spill the beans and tell someone something I probably shouldn't. So I have to be very careful of that and mindful of who I say what to.
Ooh, Amy. This might be some mess because Amy already saying that she wants the women to work together. But the reason why women's alliances go down is because, yes, you are trusting of one woman and she is going to rat you out to somebody else. I feel like her game just flashed before my eyes. She seems so nice and like someone you can trust. I would totally want to work with her, but I know that there needs to be more cutthroat people in the room. And she has a son, she's a mom. Oh my goodness. I think she's real cool, calm, collected, and that's like an energy you would want in the house, but we'll see. We'll see. Well, she got to say.
For a showmance if the right showmance partner was in the house. But my son said no. He's like, Mom, no showmances. Like, don't do it. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll listen to him. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I am a lover. I'm a girl's girl. And I feel like I might be the mama bear in the house if people are upset or crying. Like I don't like people hurting. So I will try to be there for them if they need someone to talk to or some advice. So I feel like I'll probably be more of a hero. Comps, oh gosh, I'm a little afraid of comps, but
Okay. So she's open to a showmance. I mean, that would be very interesting. That would be very interesting for the single mom in the house to have a little showmance. I mean, we kind of already seen that with Christmas. Um, but yeah, that's so funny to say that her son is very against showmance. I mean, I would be against it if my mama was in the house. But I think what she said later about being the mom in the house, excellent. You don't want to be the mom that everyone wants to count out, but you do want to have that energy that everyone wants to come to, giving Suri either last season or really Suri on any seasons of Survivor. If she can do that, that's going to be a huge sweet spot for her.
to do my best. Hopefully they don't crush me in these comps. I'm going to try. I've been working out, but we'll see. I don't know. I just have to see. Some of these comps I'm a little worried about. My secret weapon is my personality. I think most people are going to love me. Most people will like me, at least. If they don't love me, they'll like me. I think that's going to be my secret weapon for sure. On the outside of the house, I'm such a woman's woman, like girls, girls, all about the girls, women empowerment. Like I'm there for my girls. I'm a ride or die for my girls, and I'm gonna be the same on the house. I can't wait to have like a all women's alliance in the house. It feels
Again, with the Women's Alliance, I think it's very interesting that she is really focusing on the girls aspect, but she's also a mom of a boy. So I think being a boy mom also could help her with the men in the house, but we'll see. Just very interesting that she's not really speaking to that.
exciting. Oh my God, it feels like a dream come true being a house guest. I I won't be afraid to make big moves if I need to. I have made big moves in my personal life. I will make big moves in the Big Brother house. I will blindside anyone if needed. I won't be afraid to do big moves. I won't be afraid of it. The
Very interesting. I wish we heard what big move she's referring to, but I think we're getting a sense of Amy. Her pre-game interview is like 5 minutes shorter than Adrian. So that's just something of note. I think we can move on to our next. All right, I have Ashley's interview here, our first Black woman. There's a lot of Amy's this season, honestly. Let's go.
Amazing. I am so excited. When I got the call, I was like, no way, no way. I am so excited to be here. Like I said, I've been watching this game for many, many years. And so it feels surreal to be in the diary room, spilling tea with you. I'm so over the moon to be here. It's an amazing opportunity and I feel truly blessed and I'm ready to get my hands dirty. I want to compete on Big Brother because I have been watching this game since I was a little girl. I am ready to get the blood on my hands and take these people out one by one, baby. I will be the one to win Big Brother because I think people won't see me coming. I think they see that I'm this like fashionable, cutesy kind of girl, but it's like, no, I'm a competitor. I was born to be a competitor. I, grew up doing pageants and competing in modeling and track. And so I've always been a competitor and I want to be the best at everything I do, not only for myself, but also I'm trying to knock the competition over. And so I think people won't know that I'm this really strategic person, that I have a law degree from one of the top 14 law schools in the country, and they won't see me coming. They won't see the strategy coming, and I love that.
Okay, unfortunately, Ashley, you're a Black woman. They're gonna see you coming. They're gonna see you coming. A pageant girl, law, also ran track so she can do the physical. I'm going to be rooting so hard for Ashley, but also Ashley is going to have an uphill battle socially. Just off rip. And I think she's up for the task, but we'll also see what else she has to say.
So a little bit about myself. I have a background in pageantry and modeling and performing. I grew up in the arts, but I'm also a competitor in the sense of athleticism. I was on the competitive dance team. I ran track. I am an active Pilates member. So I think I definitely have that side of me. And I definitely grew up trying to be the best at everything. I mean, my parents always prioritized education just because of their background. I grew up from a two-parent household where they didn't really grow up with a lot of money, and education was really that pillar for them to get success and to see success. And they're first-generation college students, and so I think I've always carried this weight to like be the best at everything I do and excel in everything I do. And so I did. I took the hard classes in high school. I took honors. I graduated with honors. And then I went on to Loyola Marymount University, where I graduated magna cum laude out of the business school. And then, of course, now I'm an attorney, and I graduated from Georgetown Law, which is the top 14 law school in the nation. So I think I've had all of these pillars of education, and I am a secret nerd. And I think that's really led me to where I am. I'm very meticulous about the things that I do, and I think that is really going to be something beneficial in the game, because I am someone who, is always trying to pursue to not only be my best, but beat out the competition. I think my strengths are that I am really...
She's giving Hannah. She's giving Big Brother 23 Hannah. Very bubbly, very excited, but also very smart. Hannah did lie that season and said she was a fashion student, which some of the house guests peeped was totally a lie because she was not giving fashions in the house. I think Ashley, I don't know if she's going to lie about her background at all. She's obviously very proud of all of her accomplishments and is telling us, the audience. I do hope she's able to hold back a little when she is in the house, because it's only going to make her a bigger threat. But love, love, love her. Relatable, awesome, rooting for her down.
because I'm an attorney. So I call myself a strategy assassin, because I know how to see a set of facts, take it, spin it in my favor, and spit it back out so that that person believes that what I'm saying is the only way and the only truth. And so I think that's going to be a huge strength in the game, because I'm really going to be able to flip what people say to get my benefit out of what I want them to say and what I want them to think out of whatever it is. And I think another one of my strengths will just be my social game. I'm very outgoing. I'm very bubbly. I'm very warm. People, get close to me really fast. And I think I'm going to use that, unfortunately, against them in the game. I'm going to get close, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. And I will be, ready to stab someone in the back when it's time. And I'll be able to do that so seamlessly just because of my social game and making these emotional connections with the other house guests. So my strategy going into the Big Brother house is definitely to rely on my social game. I'm not going to be the one to win competitions in the beginning. I'm only going to win when I have to win. And I think that is also part of my strategy, because I want to come off like I'm just this little lackadaisy little girly girl, not a competitor, not a threat, but really it's all up in here. I am a mental threat, baby. And I think they're not going to see that coming. And so I think, I'm going to come in and build my social capital from day one. I'm going to be clocking who is talking to who's flirting with who. Even if it's me flirting, I'm clocking that too. Because there can only be one showmance if there is one, and it would be mine, because otherwise the showmance has got to go. Two people voting together, that's not good for my game. So I'm going to be someone clocking who is talking to who. I'm going to be someone who is very paying attention and connecting with everyone, even if I don't like them, because I am going to keep my friends close, but my enemies closer. And I'm going to rely on that, building social capital in the house. And then towards the end, I'm going to ramp it up and win competitions.
I don't know, guys. I'm starting to wonder, should Black women just go for the first HOH? Because you can't lay low. There's no way for Black women in the house to lay low. So you might as well go for the first HOH. I think it's very interesting that she said even if she's in a showmance, she's going to go after another showmance. Nah, the showmances usually click up, and that's for a reason. And I just hope there's a little bit more flexibility there, because I don't know, I'm always looking at the explosives where they can go off for our Black women's game. But she's amazing. I'm a little nervous that she has so much focus on the social game, because I feel like you're just going to need every weapon in your arsenal. But I'm loving Ashley. I think I'm going to move on to the next, just because I feel like I get the vibe. We have Ava next. So let's see.
Years old. I live in New York City and I'm an artist. I am so excited that I'm on Big Brother. It honestly feels surreal. I am an art instructor for teenagers and kids in an after school program, and I also paint aura portraits for people in various New York City parks. When I'm making an aura portrait of somebody, I sit them down, I draw them, and then I paint what I see around them. So the colors that I think best reflect them as a person. And those colors indicate to me who they are as a person, what they may think, how they may view the world, etc. I will be the one to win Big Brother because I need the money the most. I am broke as hell, and I will do whatever it takes to win that $750,000.
I feel like when she said the prize money, she was counting every single dollar. Oh my God, Ava, she's so unique. I love it. I love the quirky girl, the arty girl. Are we gonna get hats? We're gonna get hats on hats on hats all season. And the aura drawings. Wow. Wow. I want to know what her superhero comic's going to be, because that kind of job is so unique and like great fodder for a superhero comic. Let's see more of Ava.
My strengths going into the game is the fact that I read people's auras for a living, so I literally read people as my job, and I'm ready to take that skill into the Big Brother house and read all these house guests down. My weaknesses going into the game is the fact that I am an emotional artist. I was also raised by strong Long Island Italians, so my emotions may at times get the better of me, and I am known for not taking crap. I've lived in...
Is Ava gonna go off? Is she gonna be an aura girly and then go off? Is the Long Island gonna come out? Wow, this is gonna be fun. This is why I like Big Brother, because where would we find Ava? Where else would we find her when it comes to reality television? But I also feel like, especially for the people who don't believe in auras and stuff like that, they're going to be so irked. They're going to be so irked and try to go for her. But I want to root for her. Like, it's such an interesting character. Let's keep seeing what she has to say.
York a long time now. I was raised by extremely strong women that tell it like it is, and I'm not afraid to do the same. I would like to hide the fact that I know how to read people's auras in the house, mainly just because, number one, I don't need them getting freaked out thinking I'm a witch, and number two, I don't need them knowing my secret weapon. My secret weapon is knowing...
Reading auras is your one secret weapon and you're going to hide it? No, 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 no. I did just say people might get freaked out and they would gun for her. But then it's like, what else? What else does she have? Is she athletic? Is she particularly social? Oh my God. Ava's stressing me out quickly. Quickly.
Who they are just by my first glance at them, seeing all their amazing or horrible colors. Hell no. No, absolutely not. There is no showmance in the cards. Number one, I have a boyfriend. Number two, all the guys I like could not pass the background check to get in here. I am not a.
What does that mean? I'm scared. I'm so scared. What does that mean? What is Ava gonna do in this house, y'all? Like, what is going on? It's getting spooky ooky in this mystery theme season.
Season, I'm trying to go in there and win my money. If I have to be the supervillain, I gotta be the supervillain. I will crush my enemies in this house by using these go-go boots to walk all over them, okay? I am not afraid to... These boots were made for walking, and that's what they're gonna do, right to my $750,000, okay? Big...
Oh, fans are gonna go up for Ava. They're gonna go up for her. Like, she's gonna have the quips. She's gonna, oh my gosh, I might cry. I might actually cry from laughing. This is so good.
has never seen anybody like me. I'm a strong, Italian, proud woman from New York City who also loves to make her auras, loves to align her chakras, loves to get everything all together in a nice, cute 1960s package, okay? Y'all have never seen this before.
The 60s.
I am a huge fan of Big Brother. However, I would say the super fan of Big Brother would be my little brother, Nolan, who convinced me to even apply for all this. He has, oh my gosh, he makes like, oh God, what are they called? Like fantasy leagues for all the seasons and all the different players. And he convinced me to do this. And Big Brother was one of the ways I could really connect with my little brother.
I love that. I love that. Nolan is going to go hard in the paint on Big Brother Twitter. Oh man. That's really fun. She's going to be probably fun, good TV. That's what she's there for. I don't know how long she's going to last. But wow. Wow, that was pretty refreshing. I will call it that. Now we're finally out of the A's. Let's go for Will. We have Will in quotations, so.
I'm currently a podcast host talking women's college basketball. I'm originally from Charlotte, North Carolina. I am so excited to be on Big Brother because has been a one of those cherry things that are on top of the cake for so long, and I've been able to accomplish this, and just being in the house is amazing. I don't think you've ever had.
All right. I like that Will talks about women's college basketball gonna get the lesbian vote. So when men have a podcast mic, it's not usually to talk about women's sports. I want to have some good feelings about Will. I think he's so cute. His freckles are so cute. An older man in the house, an older black man. We'll see. We'll see what else Will has to say.
like Captain Will. I don't think there's been a ton of contestants that's been on Big Brother over the years and years and years, but I don't think you've ever had someone who is quite like me, who brings the energy, who brings the joy, who brings the love, who's a veteran of 22 years in the service, who got 5 kids, 9 grandkids, who loves this show and is going to bring something way different than that has ever happened before. I dare to think that there would be anybody in the house who's going to be sleeping beside me, or we chopping it up outside, has had many life experiences that I've had. And I think those life experiences are going to help me. It might hurt me because I might be that know-it-all person, and I'm about to temper that down. But I really think that I'm prepared to be in a house with 15 other folks, trying to win this money. I don't have it's just like a gut feeling, so to speak, that I'm prepared. And although I've never been, sequestered away in a house with 15 individuals like this per se, but I think being in Iraq or being in a military school for 6 months, I think it will help a little bit. And you don't sit around and moan and complain about, various different situations where I've heard and seen, some of the contestants moan and complain about. I want to go home. I miss my mom. I miss my family. I miss my wife, my kids. But you know all that stuff when you signed up. I'm not going to tell the house.
So Will's definitely going to be missing his wife and kids. I don't know. He's talking big stuff, but it's like, yeah, you did the military, but the military is not the same as Big Brother. So we'll see. And he already said he called himself Captain Will. I don't know if the young bulls are going to like that. He said he's going to have to try to check himself on knowing it all. Will might have some issues, but I can see him also going very far because of that. He might be the one that everyone clocks of like, will he win though? Will he win a jury? I just hope that he can watch himself. That's going to be the biggest thing, is to not go into captain mode.
That I did 22 years in the Army. That is not going to happen no way, shape, or form. I am not walking in on day one with a target on my back, because people are going to insinuate, people are going to make up whatever the case, whatever agendas that they have, and fill in the gaps. I'm going to walk in the house as a regular guy who got a podcast talking women's basketball. I think that my time in the military, the 22 years in the service, and my ability to be able to manipulate and adapt and pivot from various different situations will help me win Big Brother, honestly. And then I'll be the oldest one who has ever won Big Brother. I know the stats. I just turned 50, and I'll be the oldest one to win the show.
All right, then. He knows the stats. He's talking a lot about the military, which I honestly feel like we can get it. So I think I'm going to move on. I'm sorry, we got like 15 people, so we have Zay here. So let's see what Zay is talking about. Oh, we've seen him in the preview. He is the cheerleader.
My name's Zay. I'm 23. I live in Utah. And I think I have what it takes. I know I have what it takes to win Big Brother, because I'm gonna be the most fierce competitor out there, physically, socially, and mentally. I'm gonna sweep away the competition like a janitor. It feels insane to be a house guest on Big Brother in season 27. It's been a long process, and it's kind of felt like it's never gonna come, and now all of a sudden it's just here out of nowhere, and it feels unreal. I would say my adaptability is my secret weapon, that I can fit in any situation. I can adapt, and it doesn't bother me. I'm so go with the flow that you can throw me in any situation. I can, mix and mingle over here with these people. It won't bother me. I can, turn up on these ones, make friends with these ones, and I'm going to be chilling. Honestly, I have zero strategy right now going to the Big Brother house, but I feel like I'm very adaptable, and I'm good at going with the flow and adapting my game set to the game. Because I feel like every season is so different that it's if somebody prepares a rigid strategy, they're only doing themselves a disservice. And so I'm gonna go in there with an open mind of my strategy. I'm gonna have plenty of time to think about strategy while I'm in the game. But I'm just gonna try not to think about it too much right now.
To be a man, you see this where Ashley's like, I've been prepared this way, this way, this way, this way, and then Zay's just like going it. And in a way, with Adrian talking about how much he has prepared, it's like, okay, but I need to also hear the adaptability, because it truly is, once you get into that house, you don't know what the game's actually going to be like because of everyone else. Zay is probably going to go far. I haven't heard anything yet that makes me feel like he won't. So we'll give him a little bit more time and see.
And I think Big Brother's been such a big success because every season is so different and exciting. Every house guest is so unique, and there's so many different dynamics all playing into each other. So much excitement, new challenges every season, new twists. And so I think it makes it always really exciting to watch for people, will watch it 25 years later. I think being in a house with 16 or 15 other people, 15 other house guests from all different walks of life is super interesting, and I'm excited to, learn from them, compete with them, beat them, but also, learn a lot about myself in the process. Why will I be the one to watch this summer? Because I'm going to be so fun. People are not going to be able to keep their eyes off of me. They're going to be logging into the live cams and watching me, I don't know, eat, plot, strategize, all the good stuff.
I love that eat was his first thing, but he's aware of the live feeds, which I don't think anyone has actually brought up the live feeds. So I wonder if he's ever watched the live feeds. Very, very interesting.
To not enter showmance. Honestly, I know the viewers probably will not want to hear that. My intention is to win $750,000, and I know showmance could put that in jeopardy. And so my eyes are on the prize. I would be very surprising if they put a girl in here that was worth sacrificing all that money for. Honestly,
Is it the viewers do not want to hear that, or is it producers? Because, baby, look at you. You were cast for a very specific reason. Again, I feel like I kind of got it with Zay. I'm going to move on to Jimmy. Really speed rounding this, because yeah.
Hi, I'm Jimmy. I'm from Washington, D.C., and I'm a strategy consultant.
Oh,
It feels incredible, all right? I've been on edge on my seat for like the last few months at this point. Well, I guess month and a half. But it's incredible. I mean, like, if you had told me a year ago today when I was celebrating the 4th of July in Idaho that I'd be now sitting in the Big Brother diary room talking to you, I would tell you, there's no way that was the case. And right, and especially like younger me, Jimmy, who was watching BB16 10 years ago, shortly after coming out and shortly after having my parents lose our house. Like, if you had told me, flash forward 10 years, the 25th anniversary of the show, I'd be sitting right here, I wouldn't have believed you. And I am so excited to be here. It's insane. And I'm ready for this summer of twists and turns. I can't wait to see what's ahead in store for us.
25th anniversary. We did that. Jimmy's excitable. He is our diary room yeller. I like him so far. He's given us a lot already with background. He has watched the show for quite some time. Great Jimmy.
Big Brother because I have a strategy background, professionally and personally. I come from a world where manipulation and understanding who you want to get something from and when you want to get it is key. And I come into the house with a strong amount of self-awareness. I know what I need to say, I know who I need to say it to, and I know exactly what I need to do to win. I'm ready to put my chips on the board, I'm ready to show my cards, and I'm just ready to play and ready to play to win. I'm not here for the experience, okay? Some people come into the Big Brother house for the experience, but I am here to win because that $750,000 check is going to have my name on it. Yeah, absolutely. So, outside of the game, I'm Jimmy. I work. I play tennis. I hang out with my animals and my long-term boyfriend Sean. And I'm have a lot of really close and tight-knit friends. I've moved around a little bit. I went from Florida to a college where I knew nobody and built a whole network from there. And then after college, I did it all again in a whole new city, built a whole new network and a whole new group of friends. And through that process, you find a lot of confidence in yourself. You really understand who you are, what you want to put out into the world, and then what you want to get from the world too. And I think that breeds a level of insight and maturity that somebody at 25 actually has that I think is really cool. And so into the house, I bring my smarts. I bring my life experiences and I bring this unabashed confidence and understanding of who I am and what I want to put out into the world and what I want to receive from it.
All right. I like that he is a strategist. It'll be very interesting to see if he'll actually have the pieces though to move around in the house. He is giving social. I like that he talked about how he has moved around, started all over, made new friends. That's going to be very important in this house. I kind of wish or hope that Jimmy and Ava click because I feel like that energy would be explosive together. And they're both in relationships, so they're not trying to do the whole showman's thing in the house. Their energy is going to be spent elsewhere. But we'll see. It could go either way, but I'm just already trying to see who could click in this cast, okay?
Watch this summer because I'm going to give y'all strategy. I'm going to give y'all gameplay. I'm going to give y'all personality if you couldn't tell. I'm going to give y'all interesting television, all right? Because that's what we're here for. We're here to play a game, we're here to make friends, and we're here to make good TV. Yeah, I mean, going into the game, I have a strong strategic background, again, both personally and professionally, and I'm really ready to see that exercised in the house and in the game. I'm also really resilient. I think that's really important in the game as well, whether it's a competition where you're behind and have to catch up a little bit, or maybe you're thrown up on the block in back in a blind side and you really have to lean in and use last minute time to talk people into letting you stay or getting them to vote maybe a way that they didn't expect to. And I think not giving up, fighting for every point, something that I'm really used to doing, is going to serve me really well in the Big Brother house. And I'm also a triplet. So I know how to stick out amongst a crowd and I know how to play that to my advantage. Know when I have to lean in and know when I have to lean out in the key moments. And I really think that's going to work to my advantage in the house.
He's a triplet. I'm always getting something new out of Jimmy. This is very exciting. Yeah, he's leaning on the strategy a lot, but we'll see. Again, that depends on how many connections he actually has, but I can see him also making a lot of connections. The competitions are probably going to be his weak point from what I'm seeing. He's not talking a lot about that.
I think I'm really trusting. I think that's going to be a weakness of mine. Once I really latch onto people and feel like I have a good connection, I feel like I'd be vulnerable to a blind side. So I definitely think that's a weakness I'm looking forward to, or maybe not so much. And I also think a weakness I have is maybe I won't think I need to win a competition because I don't want to show how strong or how smart I am, but maybe it was the right time to win that competition. So those are the two things I'm kind of weary about, is that I'm over trusting and maybe in a way that leads to me not winning a competition that I might need to win because I don't feel like I have to win it at the time.
So him and our first girly, I think it was Amy, might have the same weak points. Just being in the very trusting camp. Very, very interesting. I mean, this guy, I kind of want to keep going with his interview just because he keeps giving me something new.
Absolutely. You think I'm going to walk in this house and tell everybody I have a professional strategy background? Or that I'm from Washington, D.C., especially right now? No, I am a tennis coach and I am from Bradenton, Florida, all right? I don't need people worrying about my professional background. I don't need people worrying about where I'm from. I want them to focus on this personality and I want them to focus on how fun I am. I want them to focus on the fact that I'm a triplet, but I 100% will not be telling anybody what I do for work or where I work.
Smart. Very smart. I don't know if people are going to really buy the tennis coach one because, again, that means you're going to have to show up in competitions. People will try to expect something from you, and I don't know. I don't know how that's going to go, but very fun. I'm going to move on from Jimmy. We have Katherine.
Hi, I'm Katherine Woodman. I'm from Columbia, South Carolina, and I am a fine dining server. I mean, it feels really good. I'm super excited to be in the Big Brother house and to be a house guest this summer. I think no matter what happens, I'll have a lot of fun and I'll learn a lot about myself. But the goal is obviously to win that money at the end of the day. Outside of this game, I am a waitress. I accommodate to people's needs all the time, and I can keep a straight face when I genuinely don't like people very much, and they have no idea and still end up giving me money at the end of their service. So I think that's a skill that's going to really help me in this house because there's a lot more money on the line in this house than there is a tip at a table. I'm also, I have a degree in public relations. I know how to twist things, which is something that the PR professors never want you to say. But I can twist a story to make it sound right and to work in my favor. And I have that skill from 4 years at a university. So I am ready to go with the skills that I've developed.
All good skills, honestly, in the Big Brother house. Being fine dining server, I mean, I could never. I could never. And then also studying PR, that's great. If she makes someone mad, we'll see. We'll see how those skills stack up, but it seems like she's already ready to say what she needs to say in order to get to the next week.
I want to compete on Big Brother to really prove to myself that I can do something like this. I can be taken seriously. I have gained all of these skills from experiences in my life, strength from going through a lot when I was younger, just some form of intelligence from going into school and learning how to read people at my job and in school as well and read situations. I think it's probably the best example to myself of what I can truly handle and also how much I can get out of a situation. My strategy going into the house is to kind of try to be everyone's friend. I don't want to be too overly that way, and people think that I'm just trying to make connections in order to stay in the house because I'm likable. But I think definitely after the first couple of days, I'm slowly going to be trying to like infiltrate different little groups that I might see forming, just to make sure that I'm still in the background of their heads as somebody that they enjoy being around and like being there. So I'm not a target up front when people are just trying to get rid of people and not get too much blood on their hands. I'm going to win Big Brother because I think people are going to underestimate me and they're not going to anticipate my strong social game.
I don't know. I feel like most people will probably look at her and figure out that she's going to be a social game player. Just off rip. I don't think there's much to hide when it comes to Katherine, but we'll see. We'll see.
Game are probably going to be the fact that people aren't going to look at me as somebody major to take out immediately, even though I'm going to attempt to do things kind of behind the scenes. I also think that one of my strengths is going to be the fact that people just end up trusting me all the time. I am kind of like the secret vault that people always tell things to in my personal life, and I think that's going to be applicable to the house. I think one of my weaknesses in the Big Brother house could potentially be me being a little too trusting. I'd like to think that I'm going to have my guard up, but I don't want to be one of those people that ends up blindsided for trusting the wrong people.
A lot of people are worried about being too trusting and that being their weakness. No one's really giving another answer, which is very interesting. I'm not buying it, honestly, but we'll see.
I think when I get into the house, I'm going to be pretty honest about who I am. I think the way that I present myself might be a little falsified. I'm not going to intentionally try to get anybody to think that I'm smart or I'm thinking too much about this game. I'm totally fine with being viewed as kind of the ditzy person running around the house that brings a little bit of sunshine in, more so than somebody that's taken very seriously, which I think would be a bit of a misinterpretation of me.
My thing is she's not giving bubbly. She's not giving bubbly. So, but this is just the pregame. She's not around anyone else. We'll see. But very interesting. Oh, we have a Keanu. I'm hyped. I'm hyped that we have a Keanu in this cast. We'll see.
My name is Keanu Soto. I'm a personal trainer and nutritionist from McKinney, Texas. It feels great to be a house guest on Big Brother. It's been a long journey to get here, and I'm just happy that it's finally here. A little bit about myself. Been doing personal training for 15 years now. In that line of work, you do meet a variety of different folks. I believe that, and coupled up with my ability to do like improv and things of that nature, I feel like gives me the tools and the ability to, like I said, connect with a variety of folks. But the improv aspect of it gives me the ability to think quickly, geez, on my feet. And when things might not necessarily go the way that you envision them to, that's a tremendous skill to have. And yeah, just my ability to dungeon master as well, if you will. And being a dungeon master, you got to step into different roles, become different people, and I feel like being able to do that will provide me with a unique skill set that a lot of people don't have or are not familiar with, and that will ultimately give me an edge.
Excuse me? Keanu got locks. Keanu is a trainer. Keanu is giving Dwayne Johnson. Keanu is a dungeon master. He's a freaking geek. Please be a good person, Keanu, because oh my gosh. I'm excited. I don't know what else this man's going to say, but he's throwing me for a loop like Ava. Oh my gosh. What is happening?
Why did I want to compete on Big Brother? Honestly, I really just want to challenge myself. I feel like a lot of people may look at it on TV and be like, I could do that. And I don't think people really realize what it takes. I realize what it takes, and I feel like I would do exceptionally well. So I really want to just challenge myself. I'm going to be the one to win because I can tell you right now, I want it more than everybody else. I know everybody's going to say that. But, man, I feel like I have a complete game. I have the social, the physical aspect of it, the mental aspect of it. I feel like I just have what it takes to win. My strengths are my ability to connect with people. So my social game. And I'm, like I said, I'm no slouch on the physical side of things either. And I believe
Damn it.
Game. And I'm, like I said, I'm no slouch on the physical side of things either. And I believe that people underestimating, or by looking at me and seeing that he's probably a physical comp beast, they will underestimate my mental game as well. So I feel like that is a strength that we'll have going in. Poof. Yeah, I trust people way too easy.
All right, guys, this is the end of part 1. Check in the same playlist or feed for part 2 of the rest of the Big Brother 27 cast.